article, as you know, I kind of concluded that this indeed was the most likely explanation for the obesity epidemic, that we took all these foods that everyone inherently believed were fattening and told everyone to eat as much of them as you could. We would remove the fat from the yogurt and replace it with high fructose corn syrup in this case. So you take a little bit of fat out and you put a lot of sugar back. There was a study of men at high risk of heart disease in New York. There was one at the Finnish mental hospitals. And they would put one group on a low-fat or cholesterol-lowering diet, which is actually a different thing. If you actually want to lower cholesterol, you don't just lower the fat content. If you lower the fat content, you increase the carbohydrate content, and that'll raise triglycerides in the bloodstream, which shows up as part of the cholesterol number. So if you really want to lower cholesterol, you change the proportion of the fats in the diet. You lower the saturated fats, and you increase the unsaturated fats. And when they did these studies, on occasions they could show that people had slightly less heart disease in the group eating this cholesterol-lowering diet, but they tended to die just as they died at the same age, or they even died a little earlier than the people who weren't eating the cholesterol-lowering diets. Researchers had finally had the tools they needed to figure out what regulated fat tissue, and they realized it was fundamentally the hormone insulin. When insulin levels go up, you store calories as fat, and when insulin levels come down, you release those calories and tell the lean muscle, the muscle tissues, the organs, to burn that fat. And we secrete insulin in response to the for all intents and purposes, in response to the carbohydrate content of the diet. You could say the type of carbohydrates and the quantity of carbohydrates more or less regulate our insulin levels. Quote, a 1965 New York Times article in which Jean Mayer, the most influential nutritionist of that era in the 1970s, says that to recommend a carb-restricted diet to patients is equivalent to committing mass murder. That's a direct quote. And this was the exact same time, actually, that researchers had realized that insulin causes fat accumulation. And if you want to lower insulin levels, the way you do it is cut the carbs out of the diet. Doctors at Harvard, Stanford, and Cornell talking about the diet for obesity they used in their hospitals, and they were the first thing you get rid of are starches and anything made from flour, and sweets and anything made from sugar. And then they all said you could eat as much as you want of animal products, meat, fish, fowl, eggs, cheese. Basically what they were saying is they didn't realize it in the 40s and 50s, but get rid of the foods that stimulate insulin secretion, because those are the foods that make you fat. The corn refiners did a very good job of never having us realize that they were marketing another kind of sugar. And so we just ate more and more of it. Like I said, foods in which fat was removed and high fructose corn syrup put in to replace it, like the low-fat fruity yogurts, were portrayed as health foods. They still are today. You can take a little fat out of a food, put in some sugar, and you have what the U.S. government considers a health food because it's low-fat.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click this button here. As you can see it on the screen now, that's the like button. Please do that. It helps spread the word and get other people to actually find my videos, which is fantastic. It's a win-win. Also, if you want to comment on my videos, please do so. That's over there, right over there. If you do that, I will actually respond to any questions you might have. And lastly, and probably most importantly, please subscribe. That's right, click that button right there now. You can do that right now while I'm talking, and you can subscribe to my channel, and you'll be updated automatically every time I release a new video, which is often. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with another video soon. Cheers for now.